You're still watching Sunrise at Sea right here on CTV, and we are in the segment of our views. And what we do here is we have everyday, life relatable conversations, and we give our opinions, we weigh in and give the best advice that we can. So if you want to be a part of our conversations, all you have to do is follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and that is at CTV Uganda. Leave your comment. Don't forget to use the hashtag CTV Sunrise, and it's time for our views too. Hello ladies, welcome back.
Thank you.
So today we are going to be discussing something a little more light and fun.
Yeah.
And something that we have all experienced, and that is an education. Okay, a lot of people have. And we have all been to school. And the thing that I like about the Ugandan education system is that it is very relatable. So whether you went to a private school, a government school, or an international school,
we went through the same struggles.
We went through the same.
We all have bed bags in your
Yes.
My
bed bags,
bin
weavers,
for me.
Yeah,
eating portion bins.
More stones than the rice.
So today we are going to be discussing our fun, informative years back in school, and I have a video that I would like to show you. Please take a look.
Tomorrow the first on the stage. I even don't know what you're going to present. Mutulenga wali kupoti webati mwena mutulenda be gwetula bulungi kirabe mutulewa muteke amanyi banange. Tomorrow you have to win. Me, I don't teach failures. I have to teach other 6 schools, but I've spared my time to teach you. I'm not a fool. Mutulenga wali kupoti and put in energy, and you say I serve a sajja fe tukwebasa tuli one of our. Let me see your number 8. Let me see. Here you go. How comes for you have 6, me I have 12? Galvan, and get these numbers. I don't know if I'm going to even pass any. Let me see your number 8. You guys, Mr. Kasolo says he wants his math books. Excuse some of us. Just because for you have finished, doesn't mean everyone has finished. You excuse guys, some of us. I tell you, I say that it's going to cane those people who haven't collected. I tell you, do you think we fear canes? It's always in the mutual second. Can you wake up when Ugambe Zuku for chair for Chirabe? Very stupid. We're getting that. Young Fulma, young one is not again. Chirabe Cheva Kademo uniform.
Well, if you did study in Uganda, at least one of those videos, or if not all, is very relatable.
Of the bed bags. That one.
And if you do not know who that young gentleman is, he's called Cobranded Baby, and he's a TikTok sensation. He has over 200,000 followers on TikTok, and he's very popular amongst the young adult population in Uganda, but also with us, because it is so funny.
Yeah.
Brandon is about 17 years old.
Yeah, around that age.
Exactly.
I like the fact that he's actually bringing back all these memories from school. So relatable.
And I finished school in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But all that is still very relatable.
Vivid, yeah.
It never
very
changes.
vivid, especially MDD.
Oh my God, yes.
I did MDD in primary school. I went to Budo Junior School. Oh my goodness. Mr. Kanabi, Mr. Kaddu, Mr. Sentongo.
Wow.
I remember their names.
You remember all of them?
Yes, you guys, for real, I had a full-blown music career in primary school in Budo Junior. It was very serious. And if you went to any traditional, we call them traditional, government, boarding schools in Uganda, you know how serious MDD was.
You don't play around. Like,
you don't. It's not for play.
Will be cancelled.
It was not for
just
play.
to make sure,
exactly.
You do MDD.
And we had regional competitions. We had district competitions. We had across the border. We went to Kenya for MDD.
Oh.
It was a whole serious thing, you guys. MDD.
So you can literally dance Maganda for us here.
I'm a pro.
I
I choreograph.
She has to dance for us Maganda today before we close.
Yes. Yes, I will definitely make sure of that. But you guys have talked about MDD, and there is this song. I don't know if I'm allowed to sing it on air.
Please sing.
Ja, 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 again. Let me tell you something, Sarah. The school I went to, I will not mention the name.
Which school?
No. If you did not pronounce those Luganda words well in MDD, you will get the whipping of your life.
Exactly.
And you know, some of those songs were actually, there were songs that those days in ATS, they used to, apparently it used to evoke like spirits and stuff
folk
like
songs,
that. Yes.
Yeah, folk song.
Ja, 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 wange. And I'm like, what am I singing? And every time you did not mention the words well, you would receive it from the matron.
Okay, now let's dive in. So back in school, we had, some people had traumas.
Yeah.
Some people felt terrorized. Other people had a good, really good experience. And other people, it was, for a lot of us, we could say our time back in school laid a huge foundation, and it's reflecting in who we are right now. So what are the things that were just an absolute pain in your back, but are things that you still apply in your life today? What are those life lessons that you learned from school? Kira.
Waking up early.
Same thing.
Huh? I hated waking up early. I felt like 4:30? You hear that bell, and if you're not out in your bed, you're gonna get a whooping on your life. We had a teacher. He was this guy. He was so tough to the extent that if you see him, you just start running. Yeah.
There were men, all of them were like that.
So when he was on duty, like they could announce what teacher is actually going to be on duty that time. And if you know it's him, people used to be punctual, People used to be punctual. Yeah.
Buddha Junior, right?
Yes.
That must have been Mr. Masembe. I remember all these teachers.
That name rings a bell. But
he was a science teacher.
He was a tough one.
Yes.
He was a very tough one. So for me, it's waking up early. I never really saw myself waking up early, but guess what? It's what we do. I'm up by 4, and
it works for you.
It works for
and
me,
normally, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Siobhan?
Mine was, well, it was a form of punishment. That was at Serema Christian High School. I did study there, I think, for about a year. But I moved in schools. I don't even know why, but I think
Were you notorious?
No, I had some issues, underlying health issues, so I kept on moving to a school that best suits me. But anyway, when I was in Serema, every time you do something wrong, we had a forest next to our dormitories. So they would make us cut down the shrubs that were under the trees.
Oh my God.
Trust me, you see how pretty these nails are? I actually know how to dig. Yes, wow. I can plant cassava, I can plant anything, name it. As bougie as I may look or something, but I can actually get a hoe and plant something and let it go. But also still that aspect of waking up. I am one person, I'm not a morning person. Anyway, very few people are morning people, but somehow school groomed me, and here I am as well. You have to be up here early, you have to make sure that you get ready to be on TV and all that. But also another thing, maybe this one did not make me, but it's one of those moments that really made high school very enjoyable. We used to nickname teachers. I don't know if you guys nickname.
We all nickname teachers.
Every school nicknamed their teachers, We always had.
We had a teacher. We had a student that was asthmatic in our class. And every time she would get an attack, when she would leave, of course, I found it quite outrageous, but every time she would leave, they would start saying, the oxygen consumer has consumed the oxygen.
Oh my God.
Now they used to call the teacher, no, not the girl. The teacher was the one called the oxygen consumer.
Did he have a big nose? I don't know, sometimes people
children can be very brutal.
Can be very brutal. And it was quite absurd because at that point, I found it funny, but as I grew up, I said I wouldn't actually want to be teaching a class and I'm being called oxygen consumer. While it's actually memorable, I mean, you look back and you laugh about it, but it's not that funny actually.
For me, I have very, very, very many moments that that stand out for me in my, throughout my education. Number one, yes, waking up early, punctuality, very important. Number two, my high school that I went to, it was an all-girls school, and it was compulsory for you to have a white hanky and tissue in your pocket. At the time, it was such an inconvenience. I swear to God, it was such an inconvenience, to the point that I would just keep a hanky and tissue in my blazer the whole term it's that one hanky and it's that one
my
tissue.
God, Sarah.
Because it was such, I felt like it was a lot of work.
And it had to be white.
It had to be a white hanky
White socks.
and
You know those
tissue.
schools, you
Yes.
have to wear white
So I
socks.
kept it. We had blazers, so I just kept it in my pockets because we had every morning compulsory. Before morning prep starts, they would come and check us. White hanky, tissue. White hanky, tissue. I thought this is so unnecessary. But now that is something that I have on me every day. Tissue, white hanky, because you never know when you're going to need to clean up.
Very true.
It's very important, or when you're going to need to assist somebody to clean up. That is one thing that really stood out for me. Another thing was neat hair.
Yes.
Always looking prim and proper. Because I was in an all-girls school, it was very important. You'd be like, I don't want to, comb my hair. Like, what's the big deal? But you always have
Neat.
a nice, sleek ponytail, edges laid, every day. Every day.
That's work.
But now let's talk about some of the things that you feel were a disservice back in high school. For instance, many of us think that perhaps our teachers or our head teachers were quite cruel.
Yeah, they were.
They were terrorists. One thing that stood out for me that I didn't understand was vernacular speaking. I went to a school where it was culturally tuned to the Buganda culture, and I wish that I had learned. I can still speak the language, but my pronunciation is really off. And they used to punish us for speaking Luganda.
Yeah.
And now a lot of people, especially who studied in, say, private schools, even government schools, cannot really speak their mother tongue or cannot really speak a second language because of that. For you, what was it?
Well, with me, I think with how teachers really handled students, small mistake, let's say you didn't do the work the way you're supposed to, you get a whooping.
Yeah.
And there was not really that support of that emotional support, psychological support, from teachers. It was always being criticized, you're not good enough, and being put out there for everyone to see. Now, for instance, in performances, if you perform badly, your name is going to be on the billboards everywhere in school. So you walk around, everyone knows that.
I'm going to tell you my experience. Yours was fine. If you that used to display the names, that was okay.
Yeah, names. I feel like it really broke so many people. In terms of performance, self-esteem on so many kids. Even up to now, I think people actually still affected. This actually takes a toll on so many people in the long run. Yeah. Now, even the way, like I told you, beating, punishment. I felt like our punishments were so brutal, or should I say, the way teachers in Africa actually punish is so brutal. There is a kid who was actually slapped for being let, just being let, imagine. And he became deaf, one side of his ear. So imagine such incidences, something that like this is going to be stuck with you for the rest of your life just because of what you were let.
Yes.
So with me, I don't like, that was it for me.
There were very many cases of issues of corporal punishment where teachers would really beat children like really badly.
Yeah.
And corporal punishment did get abolished in the education system.
Yes,
That's a good thing.
Yes.
However, there are still some schools
that actually do that.
Case by
Especially
case,
in rural areas.
Yes, that still use it. For you, Siobhan, what was it?
Mine is almost in relation to Kira. It's just that mine was a bit worse. I remember there's this one time I did not perform well, and the teacher, those cartoons they draw, like
They
on
drew
your
on the
mark?
blackboard.
No, they drew it on my question paper, on my exam paper. Like on the paper, the teacher marked and then put some mark and then drew a face on it with tears rolling. I didn't find that funny. I look back now and I'm able to laugh about it. But when I took the paper back to my dad, he wasn't pleased. He said, no, this is wrong. But yet again, for me, the thing that I found quite unnecessary was punishing someone for failing a particular subject. Why? Because you're not going to be good at everything. Someone else will be better in math. You're going to be better in English. I was very good at literature, but I wasn't good at biology and chemistry. But hey, guess what? I didn't even want to be a doctor, so what was the big deal? Why was I being caned now and again for it? But again, it made it, the education system then that I went through, made it feel that if you did not get a distinction, if you did not get those 20 points,
you are not
going
enough,
to amount to anything. And For me, the thing that I keep telling even the little ones that follow me and the people that I meet along the way, I keep telling them the figure that you get on your exam report, the figure that you get on the paper and all that does not define you.
Yeah.
It has no hold on you. You are better than that F9. You are better than the pass 8 or whatever it is. You are not that figure. You are beyond that.
So briefly, Shivan, do you think our curriculum and our education system here in Uganda is just teaching people to cram and not just thrive in life in general?
I would say so. I would definitely say so, because we are, especially with the curriculum in Uganda, we do not have enough time for these children, for these learners to practice these things. That is why you see children get out of school and they go into the job market and they ask, okay, you know theory, but what practical can you do?
Yes.
Okay, yes, you've learned X, Y, Z, mix these chemicals and here, but okay, do you know how to operate?
Yes.
Okay, you know all these theories of marketing and what, but can you draw a proposal? Can you draw up a proposal? And the child cannot.
Yes.
So that means you have learned more theory than actually practical.
Yeah.
Yes, and Kira, I would like to ask you before we go briefly, that lesson that you learned, that, let me rephrase. Who inspired you and what lesson have you taken away from school? Because a lot of people say that people have cried and said that their degrees are useless, that they learned nothing in school, that all these physics and math equations don't mean anything and do not apply to them. So Kira, what is that one thing, that one lesson that you learned from school and that you take away and even apply to your everyday life today?
I think there's so many things. When I go back in Bodo, because I joined boarding when I was so little, you know, I hated school and I was always dragged to go back to school. So I think the one thing I took out is being outspoken, express how you feel, you know. Right now, I can speak about literally anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I built my confidence, you know, in school. I was able to talk to big crowds.
Yes.
You know. So I think with me it's confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confidence.
Yeah.
And for you, Shivan, what was it?
For me, it's a tough skin. Boarding school really helped me get a tough skin. I'm not moved easily by certain things. I have faced life the hard way.
Shivan, it's like you are at war. I know. Who are you fighting with?
It felt good saying.
Tough
Anyway,
skin.
seriously, boarding school exposed me to being independent, for being responsible for the actions I made, and just basically grooming me into the lady that I am today.
Okay. For me, it's just this one thing, and it's what my head teacher used to tell me in high school. He taught us the 7 values. There are 7, but I'm just going to pick out one that I still apply to my life today, and that was simplicity signifies the magnanimity of the soul.
Repeat.
Simplicity signifies the magnanimity of the soul.
For you, what were you
Hence, kindness, you know, apply kindness, apply empathy, you know, be empathetic with every approach in life. Be truthful, be honest, be a simple, humble, down-to-earth person. Because when you're simple and humble, you are a lot more approachable. You know, treat everybody as equals, you know. If you walk into a building, from the owner of the building to the person who greets you at the door, treat them all the same. Be kind, you know, do not discriminate. Hence, simplicity signifies the magnanimity of the soul, and that is what I use today. So, and that is all we had on this segment of our views. Keep watching Sunrise at Sea.
Because all good things must come to an end. And earlier I did say that this Friday marks 1 week when we officially went on air, and it has been a marathon. It has been beautiful. Special thanks first of all to Fairway Hotel for allowing us to be able to use their premises and shoot the different things that did run during the week. Special thanks to our producer Anita Karunji, we love you. Special thanks to head of content, head of production, that is Alinda Munanira. Special thanks to all the people behind the scenes, Gerald, Abdallah, Milfat, Fifi, we love you guys. Thank you so much. And TV director, that is Chris Mal. And from the ladies and myself, like I did say, all good things must come to an end. Thank you so much for keeping it right here on Sunrise at Sea. See you next week, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and don't blink.